Welcome, this is Joy of Joy Morris Beauty, and in this video I'm going to be giving you my first impressions of the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Powder Foundation, so stay tuned. So I recently found out by scrolling through Instagram that Fenty Beauty was coming out with a powder foundation formula, and so I knew I had to jump on it as soon as I had the opportunity. So I waited until the day after Christmas and headed to the mall with my family, and I snuck off and went into Sephora in search of the foundation. So as you know, it's kind of different right now with trying on foundation and products in stores and things of that nature. You know, just the whole process has really changed over the past year. So it looks like they've kind of gotten a little system together at Sephora where they try to help you as much as they can to match you to the shades. And they seem to be kind of controlling the process of people actually using the testers in the store to make sure that they remain you know, as clean as possible. So I had a salesperson who helped me to figure out what shade to pick up because I wasn't really sure. I know when I looked on the website, I saw that the deepest neutral shade was 385. And if you follow my channel, you know that I have a neutral undertone. I'm not really cool, I'm not really warm, I'm just right in the middle. So my perfect match is Cover FX N85 and also Cover FX N90. So whenever I venture off into other brands, I feel like I'm always comparing everything to Cover FX. So I went to the store already having this knowledge, and I explained this to the salesperson. So we tried out a couple of different shades, just kind of lightly swatched them on my neck. And to my surprise, it looked as though the 385 was the one that was the best match for me, considering the fact that I do have a neutral undertone, and it appears as though 385 is the deepest neutral product that's at least in my range. And this powder, it says that it's a medium to full coverage for all, light as air, flawless filter effect is what they say that the powder does. And to look at the Sephora website and just read a little more about it, it says this powder delivers a non-cakey blurred finish with no flashback. The buildable light to full coverage formula loves to be layered without settling into fine lines or clogging the look of pores. It's also sweat, humidity, and crease resistant. Plus it has a chic portable compact. So we'll go ahead and see that. I live in Dallas and it's hot here most of the time around the year. So as I continue to play with this product, I'll definitely get to test the sweat the sweat resistant aspect of it, because it won't be too many more months before I'll be sweating a little bit each day when I go outside. So I'll definitely be testing that to come, but for now just trying to look and see how it matches. So let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open it up now. All right, so to look at the powder, it looks as though it has the logo kind of branded on the inside of the powder, which is a cool look. And it kind of lifts up so you can see it has this little, oh, okay, it has this little space underneath for like the little powder puff that comes usually with the powder compacts. The underside of the product base with the powder foundation in it, it looks like a second mirror almost, which is kind of cool. That's a nice look, but it does have a mirror on the inside, which is nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this to my complexion. As you can see, and I'm looking in the viewfinder just to show you, this is the 385 on my neutral complexion. So I mean, you can see right here why this seemed to be a good match in the store. But you know, sometimes when you get products home, they look a little different. So we're gonna see how this one works out. Okay, so I'm gonna use a buffer brush to just pick up some of the product. You can see picking some up. Now move a little closer for you so that you can really see it. Yeah, it's funny because it looks really light in the compact, but then when I put it on, it just it looks like a good match, but it almost looks deeper than what it appears to be in the actual compact. Let me switch to a different brush. Let me see. This is my brush that I usually use to apply my powder foundation. It's the Sephora. I think this is the 2. I'll have to put it in the description, but it's a double-headed brush from the Sephora collection. So this is my favorite one to apply powder foundation. So let me try that again. I'm working on this side of my face. So yeah, it definitely seems to be kind of like a lighter coverage foundation, powder foundation. You can always tell on my forehead because I have a big shiny forehead, so you can always see when I put product up there. But I'm just kind of stippling it on this side of my face so that you can see what it looks like. Yeah, it definitely, I'm gonna say it definitely seems to me to be lighter coverage. Like I said, I usually use the Cover FX foundation on a very regular basis, which I think you can kind of play with the depth of the coverage that you get from Cover FX. But this powder seems to be pretty light, which is not a bad thing. It's just if you're looking for you know, like a heavier coverage, I don't think that you would get that with this product. Trying to see, I always try to see if products have like a smell to them. I don't know that I necessarily smell anything with this product. It's a barely there smell. So for people who are sensitive to scents like me, that's good to know. Yeah, but applying this to my face, I see that it helped to kind of knock the shine off my skin without helping it look too dry. But it's not a really heavy coverage, which I want to read the description again to think about the description. Here, I'm applying some to my chest too so that you can see. So yeah, so this, I mean, you see I've kind of been working back and forth with several layers of this product. And it's helped my skin to look nice and finished, but I don't think it's necessarily provided any type of heavy skin coverage. So you can see this side of my face with the Pro Filter powder foundation on it, and then this side of my face doesn't have anything on it. And again, it's just funny because I would not have thought to look at this compact. I wouldn't have thought to pick this one up because it looks almost kind of like olive, like a little too yellow for me, but the description of this being like a neutral undertone, kind of in that medium deep range, I would say definitely pans out because it looks to have blended really nicely into my skin and to be kind of like a flawless, seamless coverage, not too heavy. And then, like I said, this is the side of my face that doesn't have anything on it, so you can, thinking of a bare skin match, trying to get something as natural as possible. You want to match your natural complexion. You want to make sure that, when you look kind of, at your chest area, and kind of have this profile going on, that it all kind of looks seamless. And I definitely have that with this, looking at my face. And I did put a little bit down here, but it's definitely a good match, which I wouldn't have, like I said, if I would have picked this up online, I probably would have messed it up. Because I think I was looking at I think 410, 420, but they were kind of warm. And like I said, I'm neutral, so that would not have worked out. But yeah, I like it. It feels lighter to me though than the Cover FX. So let me show the two of them so that you have a comparison. Because I pretty much wear my Cover FX out. So you can kind of see this is what it reminds me of. So this is Fenty Beauty 385 on my left, and then this is Cover FX N85. So you can see it looks as though, to look at them with the naked eye, that the Cover FX is a little, if you're thinking of like in terms of yellow to red, that the Cover FX has a little bit more of a reddish hue to it, even though this is a neutral. I still feel like the Fenty Beauty almost looks like kind of like an olive type of tone, but they both still kind of work for me because this is pretty much my bare skin match. But maybe with the Fenty being such of like a lighter coverage formula, that even if you don't get like the perfect shade match, it'll probably still look nice. So yeah, so if you're out there and you wear Cover FX and you need a point of reference, here you go. So Fenty 385 and Cover FX N85 right over here. Pretty close, and I think I could wear them both. I could wear this one, I could wear this one. But yeah, I definitely want to play with this one and see, you know, kind of play with it and see, like, could you layer this on top of a liquid or a cream foundation and still have it look nice? You know, that's a question that I have. I'm kind of curious about. A lot of times before you put on eyeshadow, it's nice to just kind of put a very light kind of like base of powder on your eyes as a starting point. This would be a great use for that product too, just to kind of give your face an overall kind of an even look. Sometimes when I'm putting on lipstick, and if if it's a little bit uneven and you need to kind of even the lines up of your lipstick, something that you can do is, and I don't have one handy, but just to kind of give you a point of reference for it, you can use something like a foundation brush, or you could use kind of like an angled actual like sponge, and kind of touch up your lip line to kind of make your lips be a little more crisp and precise with the lining of your lipstick. So that's another use that I see for this. Sometimes too, when you use different tools and products, you'll get different coverage. So if you need a heavier coverage for this, and I'm gonna kind of play around with this. So this is my foundation brush. I'll use this side even because there's absolutely nothing on it. And I'm gonna kind of pick the product up with this smaller brush that has kind of like dense, it's a little more dense, and then kind of layered under my eye, and see, oh yeah, see? So that's a good way to play with the coverage of this, is to use different types of brushes. So with me kind of layering this under my eye with the denser brush, a smaller brush, I am getting more coverage. So if you need more coverage in specific areas, that might be a way to get it. Because I usually have dark marks on either side of my nose because I wear glasses. I've worn glasses since I was 5, so those dark marks, they're not going anywhere. So yeah, so can you see that right there? How that kind of brings you more coverage when you kind of apply it that way. So that's another way to play with it, because when you apply any type of product like this, any type of complexion product, you're gonna want different kind of like levels of coverage in different parts of your face. You would typically want a little more under your eyes in this area to kind of brighten up your area. If you have some sort of blemish that you need to cover, then in that part of your face you may need to apply a little more. So that's something to think about too. When you get new products, it's good to really kind of play with them, and that's why I try to kind of withhold judgment until I've been able to test the product in different settings and different scenarios and really play with it for a couple months. So you'll see this product come up in some future videos too, as I get to kind of test it and use it in different situations and figure out how it works for me. So but yeah, that's something that is definitely something that I'll probably use when I use this product, is to make sure if I'm trying to have a day where I don't have a lot of coverage on my face, then I can use this instead of concealer. I can just kind of stipple it under my eye with a smaller, denser brush, and it'll actually kind of give me some coverage up under my eyes. So that's real interesting. So definitely going to play with that. stippling it on my forehead, I see that it's giving me a little more coverage on my forehead as I'm kind of playing with it like that. But I think one of the things that I like the most about this formula is it feels like it has a very natural skin finish, and to look at it on camera, it's not too drying. It's just a very nice natural skin finish. So like I said, this is a side of my face where I just have, you know, lotion, a little bit of oil on, and then this is the side with the Pro Filter. So I definitely sense that kind of like blurring effect, like a lighter coverage, kind of like blurring effect. I definitely sense that. So I do like it. I want to play with it some more though to really see. But in terms of first impressions, I would say yes, I think this is definitely a good product to add to your collection and just kind of play with, because it's nice to have different products that have different purposes that work in different ways. So I think this is a good formula. And one other tip about the product too, when I was reading online about it, let's see, I believe that this product is paraben free. Let me see. Yes, it's vegan, it's gluten free, and it's cruelty free, which is great. So they put a lot of thought, you know, into this powder when they created it, which is great. And to read the description again after having played with it, I'm gonna read it one more time and just see if this kind of rang true for me. This powder delivers a non-cakey blurred finish with no flashback. The buildable light to full coverage formula loves to be layered without settling into fine lines or clogging the look of pores. It's also sweat, humidity, and crease resistant. Plus it has a chic portable compact. Okay, so I can definitely see that. The non-cakey, yes. The blurred finish, yes. I definitely see that. It lives up to the name, the Pro Filter. You're thinking about like a filter on your face. So this is, like I said, the side with the product. This is the side without the product. No flashback. I have to take some more pictures with it to see. Light to full coverage formula. At first I was thinking it was a lighter coverage, but when I switched the brush and I used a brush with denser bristles that were more densely packed together, I saw that that is a way to get that fuller coverage. Possibly also, I don't really like to apply my powder foundations this way, but maybe if you use this sponge, it's just a personal preference of mine. I really don't care to use the sponges that come in the extra products, but this would probably be a way to definitely get you know, some fuller coverage on your face in certain areas, to use a sponge of that nature. It says loves to be layered without settling into fine lines or clogging the looks of pores. And you saw throughout the duration of this video, I put several layers on, and it doesn't look cakey at all. It still looks very light. So I would say that they definitely did accomplish what they set out to do with this formula. So I'd go ahead and pick it up. I'd say yes, definitely pick this one up. And if you're neutral, if you have a neutral undertone like I do, make sure that you follow the guidance that they have on. I found this on Sephora. I didn't look on the actual Fenty site, but Sephora has pretty good kind of like charts or pictures which show you the undertone. I would definitely follow that so that you can make sure that you get the best match for your complexion. So go ahead and take care. And if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. There'll be more coming your way. Take care and stay tuned for more. Bye.